That's when I met my.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. That's where I met my kickboxing coach. He came to teach in the same gym as I was training at. So he wanted me to join the kickboxing training. So I joined him a little bit in his kickboxing. It was really good, but I never wanted to fight. And fighting was not part of the deal. I just wanted to go to the Olympics for the judo. But I guess I started training with him a little bit, and he likes the way my movement and everything. So he just got me a fight. But to kind of cut it short in a way to get to how I came to Texas, he got hired by Johnny Hendricks' team. You know, the former UFC welterweight, John Hendricks.
Yes.
His team hired our kickboxing coach to come and teach kickboxing at Team Takedown. So that's when he also talked with them about me and told them, hey, I have this fighter over there that I've been trying to help a little bit, and he's very good. So if you guys are okay with me, bring him. So they said, hey, bring him in for a trial so he can spar with John Hendricks, and then we'll see how he does. If he does good, we'll let him come and start training with John Hendricks. So I went there to do some trials with Johnny Hendricks, trained with him. The training was good. I guess they liked my training. So, and then they added me to the team. And then that's when I started pursuing the fighting career through them.
Okay, cool. And so just tell me, so are you currently staying with your wife and your kids now? Is your mom and anybody else with you right where you are based?
Yes. Right now we're based in Texas. My wife, my kids, everybody based in Texas. My mom came and lived with me for a little bit. She came to United States and lived with me for a little bit, but now she's back home. She's back home in Ghana right now.
Okay.
So right now it's just me and my kids and my wife, staying at home right now. Basically,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I saw one of your posts also regarding your father, and I must just say I'm sorry for the loss of your father, man.
No problem.
And you sent out a tribute to Khabib. I just don't know because I just read what you said there also, and you said you went to search for the American dream, and then obviously you want to share that life also with your family. And I mean, how often or how hard is that for you also to maybe not fulfill that completely, or was it something did you have a moment with him where you could actually show him that side of your life now, the new lifestyle, or was it something that you felt you didn't get a chance to really fulfill after the passing of your father?
You mean my father or my kids?
No, your father, because I saw your post regarding your father and you went off to chase the American dream.
Yeah.
So just explain how tough was that for you?
Yes,
also?
yes, because it's very, I don't know if I've shared some of this, so I've shared it with some people, some few friends, but my dad was a trader. So my dad goes to Liberia to buy stuff and bring it to Ghana and then sells it. So my dad went to Liberia to go buy his stuff over there. The war started in Liberia. So he literally got stuck in Liberia. So we all thought he was dead until later on we got a tape that, hey, he's alive. He's not dead. So, but we told him, we also made a tape back and told him, look, we don't care if you lost everything. As long as you're coming home to us, as long as we have you, we want you to be home with us. Okay. So my dad, when he came home, literally, my dad was ragged. He didn't have anything with him. He barely had any shirt on him when he came home, So since my dad came home, he hadn't been the same. He's lost weight. Like, he's always sick. He's constantly sick. You can see the stress is always getting to him, He was losing weight. Like, we couldn't, and it's not like we have money to take him to the hospital every time to go check him. We took him as much as we can with the little money that we have, but it's not like he could work because his body was just getting sick and sick. So me coming here to United States, I wanted to be able to help him in a way that I can make money enough to send to him so they can take him to the hospital and check up on him, make sure he's good. And not just that, also have him a nice house to live in, because pretty much we've been kicked out from one house to another, So I wanted to make enough so he can be happy and be like, okay, my kids are making enough now that they can look after me, that I can live. But I guess, God always have his plan. You have your plan and God always have his plan. Maybe God knows the reason why he was suffering too much. His sickness was too much. So God took him away earlier than I wanted to help him. But
Yeah.
I hope he's
in a
he's
better
still
place.
happy. Yes, yes.
Yes, no, he's in a better place. I think this is just the gateway to the better place, eh?
Yes, yes. So I hope he's happy with me, and hopefully I make him proud wherever he is.
I'm sure you will, brother. I'm sure you will. Abdul Razak, can you just tell me, and so how often do you return home? Do you visit your mom or your family members? Or obviously now I know it's been quite hectic this last couple of years, but is there like a daily, I mean, not to get too personal, is there like a plan with your family? We take a trip back to Ghana every 2 years, every 3 years, or is it just a random thing when you can? Obviously, it's not obvious expenses and all those things. I know it's fighters always complaining over paychecks, and so things can get tough also, but in a perfect world, how often would you like to come home? And how often do you come home, if ever?
Yeah, in a perfect world, like I said, like every 2-3 years, to be good to go visit home and see how home is. But sadly, since I've been here, I've only been home twice, and that's not ideally. I went home before COVID hit. I went home for a little bit. I went there to visit for a little bit, but it wasn't there for too long. And then I came back. But the plan was, by God's grace, when everything kept going well, I have to go visit, because when my mom was here with me, there was no reason for me to go back home, because one of my sisters is in Germany, and my brother was in UK, and my mom was living with me. So pretty much my whole family was all over the world, all over the place, since my dad passed away. So I didn't feel like I had to go home, because nobody was home. But now that I'm back, my mom is home, and one of my older sisters is back home now. I have family to go back home to go and visit. And so the plan was, hopefully after all this COVID stuff calm down, go home, visit the family, visit the friends, all the friends that I've left behind when I came here, see them, chat with them. But yeah, like in a perfect world, like you said, every 2-3 years, it would be good to visit home,
And also, is most of your family based in Accra?
Yes, all my family are based in Accra right now.
Cool.
Yes.
And then tell me, do you frequent, or have you visited any other African countries? For example, South Africa, or have you not spent any other time in any of the other countries in the motherland yet?
I've been to South Africa before, but not for long. Only for like 2 days. We had like a layover there.
Yeah.
So we went in for like a day or two, and then it just left tomorrow.
So you went to Mauritius for the tournament, but obviously you came to South Africa. Okay, cool.
Exactly. Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, but I haven't been to a lot of, besides Togo.
Okay.
And Algeria. I went to Algeria for the All African Games.
Yeah.
So besides those, I haven't gone to much of an Africa, so I need to really visit a lot of African countries. I
hope you get that fight bonus, and maybe you can put some of that money into traveling also. Okay, cool. And then, yes, for sure. Abdul Razak, just tell us, so your bread and butter is obviously judo. If you hadn't to get into judo, what sport would you have pursued? Any other combat sport, or rugby, cricket, athletics, tennis? Do you have any other interest, or golf, anything else?
Well, if I didn't get into judo, back then in Ghana, we didn't have the football, not soccer. I mean, American football. It was something that if we had it back in Africa, I feel like I would have pursued.
Yep.
American football. Okay. I don't know why I really like it. I really like American football. I think maybe I like it because of the crashing into people and right? Yeah, I think if I had the chance, and it was being either that or rugby.
I was gonna say, now you come from Africa, you've got world champions here. You should maybe consider playing rugby then.
Yeah, so those two of the things that I would have, I would have done if I hadn't done judo or even kickboxing or MMA. I would have loved to do rugby. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And then we just spoke on your family. Now just tell me, you get those families who are fight families, they're just very invested in the father or the mother, whoever fights. Is your wife, I don't know how old your kids are, but you don't have to divulge that information, but is your family very much orientated to fighting, or are they rather just, they support you from a distance?
Yeah, they support me from a distance. You know, my mom is very into, you know, for her, she grew up with a lot of boxing, you know, so she's always praying for me, you know, so she's always, you know, my brother, my sister, they're always worried, you know, as a family member, they're always worried, you know, but they support me big. They always tell me, hey, train hard, get in there, get your win. It doesn't matter who they put in front of you, even if it's one day notice, go in there, do what you got to do, you know. So they really support me. And my wife, you know, she's also, you know, she watches she doesn't watch the fight. She only like to hear afterwards, you know.
Okay.
But it's got to a point that this last few fight, you know, is very hurtful. It's been very hurtful to me, you know, because I feel like I was at some place and all of a sudden everything just went crashing down.
Yeah.
So it's gotten to a point that my son has been watching some of my fights, and it breaks my heart that he saw my last couple of fights, you know. And he was like, he told me, Dad, you gotta win. You cannot be losing. And I'm surprised that my 6 years old was telling me that, you know. It kind of hurts. So it's time to go out there and make my son proud, you know, to know that, hey, Dad is a strong man and he'll go there and do what you got to do and bring the win home.
Maybe that was the voice that you needed to hear, eh?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He told me that it really hurt. But I know it might come from a good place. He wanted to see his dad win because he likes to go on YouTube and watch some of my fights, you know. So he's been, So when he said that, I was like, I got you, son. That'll make you proud. That'll go back to ways and make you proud, inshallah.
Awesome. And then just tell us, what do you and your family enjoy doing together? I mean, if they're not now, obviously they don't come watch your fights, but I mean, just as a family unit, like, is it take a trip or to go to the beach or, I don't know, to go to the park together? What is that special thing that you guys have as a bond?
We love taking trips because my wife is a huge, what do you call it? She loves taking trips, like a road trip. She just want to drive. She get a chance. She want to drive here. Even if there's a 2-day off, she want to drive here. So she likes all those kind of stuff, you know. So usually when we have time, we take like a couple of day trips. You know, like I said, we've been to the beach. We go to the beach, you know, play over there, you know, like go to the mountains, you know, drive. So my wife, she's happy with the simple things, you know, like the simple things. Any little time we get for the family, she's always happy with that. She want to take like, hey, let's go here for a weekend. Let's go here so usually that's what we do. And also this past few months I've been away from home, so pretty much, you know, I'm waiting for after this fight, let's go there, get the win, and then go to a nice place, take a nice trip with the family, you know, just everybody relaxing. Because she's been amazing, you know. She's like, I've not been home and I've been training, so she's been at home taking care of the kids all by herself, you know. So that's really appreciative to have a supportive person like that. So it's time to, after the fight, take her to a good trip, you know. Let the family have.
Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I hear you. And then also just like zooming in on the fight. Obviously, it's a big night coming against Antonio Bragado Neto, I think. I know obviously it's easy for the media and everybody and the key audience. Sorry,
Antonio Brago he backed out.
Is it?
Yeah, Antonio Brago backed out from the fight. So a couple of days ago, they switched my fight again.
Oh, so, I missed that. That's hectic.
Yeah. Antonio Braga is supposed to fight him on the 21st, and then he said he couldn't, he backed out, so they rescheduled it for the 28th. And then a couple of days ago and then he backed out again. So right now, they switched the opponent again.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know.
So I'm fighting a guy yeah.
Now I'll check it. I'll get that information. Thanks, man. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. And then just tell us, like I said, there's obviously keyboard warriors and all these people from the side. It's easy to judge, but it's obviously it's the toughest on you when you obviously have to deal with a loss. What is the mental space like, and what do you tell yourself? Is it like what runs through your mind when your back is against the wall as a fighter? Because like I said, it's very easy for people to criticize, but you're the man stepping into the cage, and you're the one applying yourself, which we have to respect also. Can you just elaborate on what it is like to just empower that mindset of yours?
Yeah, you know, a lot of that's one thing I've noticed about being in this sport. You know, not just that, having a lot of friends who are also in the same sport with me. And we have people who've never experienced what the sport is like. They've never been in the ring for them to be punched or to feel how it's like, or to never be in the ring to feel when sometimes things just doesn't go your way, you know. All they know is sit down and talk crap. And I've seen most of my friends, including me, get all these negative messages. But that's the good thing about have good coaches and good mental people around you. You know, if I have to focus about you, right, that's taking away my energy. I don't have time for that. So that's one thing I learned. If I see anybody talk negative to me, I block them right away. Anytime, I don't even let my mind go there to start thinking about them. You see? And one thing they don't realize is I need to ask people, you think I want to go into the fight to lose? Nobody goes into the fight thinking of losing. And somebody will talk, they will talk crap, they will talk all, but they don't know the struggles that people go through before the fight. Yeah. You know, a lot of us go through so many before the fight, but because as a man, you never back down, you still go through the fight anyway, right? And things might not pan out. So that's why anytime somebody talks negative, I always never pay attention to them. I don't have the time for that, especially with everything I've gone through in the past, and I've seen how horrible people can be. You know, anytime I see somebody with a negative energy or bad thought or evil, I just take them away from me and concentrate on what I got to do to make myself better.
No, that's awesome, man. And then, so you're gonna stay at middleweight now, eh? Or you're gonna stay focused?
Yeah. Yes. So the plan is, I don't know if I want to stay at middleweight, but we're gonna finish this one, and by God's grace, you know, try and move back a bit, you know, or even go between both of them, you know, you know, fight 70 and 85, if I can. Yes.
And then, Abdul Razak, can you just tell us, what do you think it was external stresses, or was it also part of the lockdown, or was it the weight issues that you felt played a part in your losses, or do you think it was just something internally yourself, or something that you didn't apply yourself? Can you elaborate on why do you think things didn't go your way for this last couple of fights? If you don't want to speak about it, it's fine.
I think no, that's fine. That's fine. With the loss, you know, I feel like for me, there's so many stuff that went into it. For me, in the beginning, it was more of an out anger. I wanted to get myself the anger that I had pent inside me, you know, of all the wrong that I've went through. I wanted to release it out. And while I was going through all that for 2 years, almost 2.5 years, I never even went to training. I never trained. I never did anything. So when I say out of shape, I was really bad out of shape. But for me, I was thinking my anger and the pain I had inside me will carry me through everything. And I would just go in there and go and beat somebody up. Wrong mentality going into the fight, right? My second fight, at the same thing. My weight was not good. My weight was bad. My weight cut was horrible. I ended up suffering a kidney failure in my the second one. After I came, it was pretty horrible. I shouldn't have even taken the fight to begin with. My body was just out of place at all. My third fight, I kind of don't know. I feel like I kind of froze. You know, it's hard to explain it. You know, it's like when your mind started going backwards, everything goes negative. You know, and instead of me working myself back to that positive, I let my mind keep going to that negative. You know, I feel like I gave up on myself. It got to a point I was like, this pain this is too much. You know, I kind of gave up on myself. You know, I tried to tell myself all the wrong things, not knowing I was giving up on my own self. You know, but that's part of human growth. That's what I've been learning lately. You know, try to change my perspective on stuff. Try to change my thinking on stuff, and by the way I think will also impact on the way I perform. So that's why I did a few changes in my life. You know, I moved my camp to Elevation in Colorado. You know, did all my camp there, get my body right, get my mind right, and then get back to my old self and even above and beyond, you know, to come back to my winning ways.
Okay, nice, awesome. And I mean, obviously it's a reality. There's so many.
Julian, can we make this the last question just because we've gone considerably over time?
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I just want to ask you, Abdul Razak, the obviously Dana White spoke of the 2022 African event. Is that something that you are targeting also? Because I know Kamaru, Izzy, Drickus, JP, Dalcher, they all are gunning for that. Is that, I mean, even Taifan, he even said that, is that something that you also definitely gunning for next year?
I'm definitely down, because anything in Africa, imagine imagine all of us in the same car in our home, in our backyard. Imagine how, then look, and people do not realize Africans, when it comes to sports, we have the best fans ever. The
Yes.
energy, the crowd is a whole different thing. And I know people that if it happens, they will love it. You know, the energy will be different in the arena, and it will be amazing. So I really hope, you know, our the African guys who are higher up there, you know, their words can make the UFC make that happen. You know, Kamaru, Gano, you know, to make their word, because they are the champions, and by them going with it, it can make it happen. So I'm really down for that if it does happen, my guys.
Well, for sure. Abdul Razak, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And we as Africa are behind you all the way, brother. Listen to your son. Just remember his voice when you step into that octagon, okay? Because that's millions and millions of Africans talking that same voice like him. So all the best, brother. God bless, and all the best with your fight this coming weekend.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Cheers, us.
Yep. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.